Here are the basic elements: shape, value, color, and edge. We can use these elements to show form and depth if we are realist or representational artists. But it really isn't just used to show form and depth. It could be used for anything. Any picture that you can see, anything around you can be broken up into these elements. Any painting, any photograph can be described with these four elements, namely shape, value, color, and edge. I would even say that there are only three major elements: shape, color, and edge, because value is just a sub element of color. But value is so important that artists have separated it into its own element. And when we are drawing, it's the only sub element of color that we can see through our eyes. When we start painting, we introduce the other two sub elements, hue and chroma. Okay, so now let's go over these elements one by one. Shape is a familiar concept to most of us. It's the element we used to draw as kids. It's the area that something takes up. It's the outline or the contour of all the pieces in the drawing. But it's not limited to just the outline of the big elements. The smaller parts also have specific shapes. For the early stages of a drawing, you want to develop your ability to simplify a shape. This is important so that you can focus on the composition and the breakdown of the big picture. Getting distracted by the smaller details too early can hurt you in the long run. Working big to small is usually a good idea. When simplifying, think of geometric shapes like squares, rectangles, circle, oval, triangles, diamonds, crescents, and so on. For example, this complex shape of a leaf can be simplified in the earlier stages of a drawing, and then the details can be formed in the later stage. Shape is the most important element to convey the identity of an object. These two shapes are very different and symbolize two different things. They're not three-dimensional, but it's still very obvious what they represent just by looking at the shape. That's why shape design is such an important skill to practice and develop. It was all about the shape which you need to know at this point of time. In the next video, we will be discussing about our next topics.